So just a quick video on this 92 Eclipse DSM EGR delete. I'd found some videos on this before, but most of them being this generation vehicle was way older videos with poor quality. So I was just going to do my version. So if you can see there, that's just a small piece of stainless plate that I cut. Used the template from the EGR valve itself after I removed it. Made the template, cut that small piece of stainless plate out. Used that template for the hole pattern. Drilled the holes. And used some high temp gasket. There's already a little thin metal gasket from the EGR valve. I kept it. And I used just a light coat of red RTV high temp to block that EGR off. What I was having is this little thermal switch off the thermostat housing was broke, and it just had those vacuum lines hanging out there. I don't know that it was causing problems. This thing's running rough, so it may have other issues. I'm hoping this takes care of it. But anyway, it was a good time with that broke and obvious issues just to go ahead and get rid of that EGR system anyway. You can see that I plugged off those vacuum lines. I had one going down to the charcoal canister down below that battery tray. So I just removed it. I think it was on this port here. I just cut that vacuum line off, put a screw in it, and tucked it back down by the charcoal canister where it runs to. This one ran to the thermocoupler, or it might have ran up here to this throttle body. And these two run off this throttle body to the thermal switch. But anyway, I really can't remember. Maybe this one ran to the EGR valve itself. But either way, all those were intertwined to that EGR system. So it's a lot of old, crappy, dry rotted vacuum lines anyway. So I can get rid of all that, clean it up. And just a tip, guys, if, you know, this is like a 92, so it's starting to show some rust and starting to show some age while I'm here, I just keep around some like Rust-Oleum brush on. I used this on that battery tray, but I always keep something like this laying around the shop for this very purposes. Because I can treat this 92 model now just while I'm in this kind of maintenance period and make it last so much longer than, say, like one of these Z cars that, you know, they completely just rot away under the battery tray. Battery tray rots out of them. So, you know, maybe I can save just by treating this and keeping the oxidation down and the moisture from keep further corrosion. You know, maybe can save that from rotting in another 20 years. So we'll do an update on how it's running after this, and a timing belt that it may need here later on. See, somebody's already done the tune-up on it. I've checked all this. All of them are firing. So somebody already done the fuel filter. So we're just gonna kind of come through and get this thing maintained and up to par before it gets lowered and painted for a little driver. So I always love these cars, and it's not the all-wheel drive turbo. That would be really cool, but this one's not a hot rod. We're just going to make it a driver, gas saver, and reliable car. And I'll let you know how it goes. So the EGR delete and vacuum repair sure helped the idle. You can see it's pretty smooth. Driving the car, still a bad stutter under load, it's particularly low RPM load. You seen I was shifting the gears very slow. I'm having to like baby the clutch. It's I think it's like a slave cylinder. I know there's some other issues like the pedals on these and stuff, but it looks leaky around the slave cylinder and it looks 100 years old. So I want to start there and on the clutch system in the future, but right now I'm trying to get the engine dialed in first. So you can hear it some revving, like it's got that hesitation at the lower RPMs, which is magnified in gear under load. So I think my next place I'm gonna go, it's got new plugs, wires, sparking on all the coils, all the plugs are firing. I verified gap already, so I'm gonna start checking the fuel pressure next. It's already got a fuel pump replaced, fuel filter replaced, but maybe there's an issue with the injectors themselves. So I'm gonna check the pressure first going to the injectors, and then if it seems sufficient there, I'm going to clean the injectors. So, but overall, like I said, it's a really nice, really clean 92 Gen 1 Eclipse. So hard to find these DSMs anymore that haven't been like raced and ratted out. So I appreciate it. Stay tuned. So we'll paint this car, lower it, and maybe go with a little bit bigger wheel, but these are 16s. I think 18s will be what it needs. So stay tuned for that. Appreciate it.